right, so you're not able to grow your chest, you're not able to feel your chest working whenever you're having your chest day, you're pressing, but you feel it all over your shoulders, your arms, your traps, but you feel nothing on your chest, you don't see any results, you don't see your chest growing. Well, this video is for you. I'll give you the tips that help me overcome that issue and basically grow my chest to the point that it is right now. All right, so follow till the end my 7 most important tips. Number 1, increase your time under tension and slow down the negatives. A lot of people, they're benching like this. All right, they're not going all the way up, they're super fast, so it's basically their joints and shoulders moving, it's all the momentum, and they feel nothing on their chest. It's normal, you can have 500 pounds, but if you're just doing this, there's no tension on your chest. Of course, you're not gonna feel that pump and blood in your chest because your chest is barely working. So slow it down, take 2 to 3 seconds on the way down and make sure that you're controlling the weight. Don't let the weight bounce and don't let the weight fall down, but control it, trust me. Drop your ego, alright? It's mostly an ego thing. You gotta accept the fact that people won't see you benching 500 pounds or benching your max. Drop your ego and focus on what really matters, is giving your chest as much tension that you want and not just impressing everyone at the gym, but barely getting any real work done. Alright, so drop your ego, more time under tension, slow down the negative part of the portion, and that goes for everything, not only when you're benching, when you're doing your flies, a lot of people do them like this, when you're doing your incline presses, push-ups, anything, slow down the negative, control the way down, and trust me, you'll feel that chest fiber just tearing up every single set, and the pump that you'll feel will be crazy. Number 2, if you're someone that is having a lot of trouble feeling your chest and you want to get basically your mind-muscle connection to another level, try thinking, instead of moving the weight from a point A to B, try thinking of squeezing that muscle you're trying to work to move the weight. So it means you gotta do the internal work, you gotta get that mind-muscle connection where I have my bar, but now I'm not thinking of just pushing the bar from down up, but I'm thinking about squeezing my chest as I'm pushing the bar. All right, so you want to squeeze your chest as you're pushing the bar, and that's gonna help you engage the muscle and isolate it as much as possible. All right, another thing which is part of this tip is squeezing your chest 5 to 10 seconds after your big set. So let's say you just finished doing your chest press, you put it back and then squeeze your chest. It's gonna allow to bring more blood in the area, help you also connect with the muscle more, because now you're getting that pump and you know what it feels like, and then you can develop that mind-muscle connection whenever you're pressing. All right, so that's tip number 2. Tips number 3, do the exercises you feel. There's no point if you don't feel an exercise well, there's no point doing it. If the dips give you shoulder pains and you don't feel it in your chest, don't do them. All right, if the bench press feels weird for you, don't do it. Don't do an exercise just because you've seen people said it's good, but do it because you feel it. A muscle you don't feel and an exercise you don't feel, will not grow. You gotta feel your muscles if you want the exercise to be beneficial. All right, so go with the feeling as well, depending, of course the form has to be good, but if the bench press, it just doesn't feel right for you, don't do it. Go for dumbbell presses, go for incline presses. Incline presses, a lot of my client has been, told me that they feel it a lot better, and I agree, I also feel my incline presses, I feel my chest working a lot more than my chest, so go with whatever you feel and give that the more focus, the exercises that you feel the most. Number 4, the form. Yes, we gotta talk about the form, because if you're on the bench, your shoulders are super high, you're shrugging like this, and your elbows are kind of not in the right position, well, you won't feel your chest as much as you should. All right, so the form is super important. The technique, whenever you're doing your flies, make sure your shoulders are down, make sure that you're really engaging your chest. So the form is super important. The technique, you gotta make sure that your technique is on point. Number 5, no explosiveness. Whenever you want to be explosive, you're engaging and recruiting a lot more muscles. I see people on the bench or on the squat, boom, 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 they're super explosive. But when you're explosive, yes, you're gonna generate as much force as possible, but that's not the point. We want to isolate the muscle. We want to put as much tension on that muscle as possible. It's like kind of putting a nail on the wall. You don't want to hit with the hammer super hard, but you want to focus on the nail and give it small little pulses, and that's how you get the job done. It's basically the same thing as training. We want to isolate, we want to focus on one targeted area and get that to failure. All right, and as crazy as it sounds, on the bench press, which is a compound movement, well, you still want to think of isolating your chest. Of course, other movements are working, but when you're doing explosive motions, you're just taking your chest out of it and basically moving with every other muscle group, which is not ideal if your goal is building muscle mass. Again, this video is for the people that have as a goal building muscle mass, growing a muscle, and not just getting stronger. All right, we're bodybuilders, not powerlifter. If your goal is just getting strong, by all means, train like a powerlifter, and doing explosive reps are good. Number 6, high reps. So high reps really do help me with feeling a muscle more. Sometimes I'll go on the bench and I'll do sets of 8 and I just don't feel it as well. I feel like I need more reps. I need to go to 12, 15 reps sometimes to really feel that burn and give me that mind muscle connection. All right, if you're doing sets of 3 or 5, of course you're not getting a good feel on your chest because the reps are too low. So again, it goes back to lowering the weight, slowing down the reps, and doing higher reps. Trust me, you'll just feel a crazy burn. And I left number 7, it's my favorite. I left number 7 till the end. Pre-exhaustion. A lot of people, they just got in the gym and they start benching right away. You just got to the gym, but you're benching 2-3 plates right away. Your muscles are too cold, your tendons are cold. Of course you're not feeling your chest working. Pre-exhaust before. What is pre-exhaustion? Well, basically you want to fatigue your chest and activate it before getting to your presses. How do you do that? It could be done with flies, an isolation movement. It could be done, well, basically it's done with an isolation movement. So I can do it with machine flies or with push-ups. That help me engage my chest more, get some blood in the area, and pre-fatigue my chest. And now when I'm benching, I'm already feeling my chest because I already had work done. So now all the blood is already in my chest and I'm recruiting my chest better on my benching or my presses or whatever I'm doing the big compound lift after. Now this of course will affect your ego because you're lifting less, because now your chest is tired, so you can't do any PRs. But we don't care about the PRs. We're not here to just impress people, but we're here to get results. All right, so drop your ego, drop the weight, make sure that you're getting and isolating that muscle, you're getting it to failure in the right way. And also when you're pre-exhausting, you're benching less heavy, so now you have less risk of injury. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope this video helped. I hope you'll get a crazy pump on your next chest workout. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment. I love reading your comments. Thank you for watching till the end. I'll see you soon. Ciao.